Thank you so much. All right, so today we're going to continue from where we stopped last class. Last class we did variables, where we can add our variables in Postman. Can anyone give us a quick recap of what we did last class before we continue? Anyone, please? Samuel, can you unmute and talk?
Sorry, I connected the two devices. I don't know. Hello,
You can
can you
just
hear me?
yes, I can. You can talk with this. You can just talk with one.
Okay. So, so I'm not prepared for the class. I just joined immediately. Sorry for that. So we talked about Postman variable, adding variable to a particular URL instead of we using the full URL as the developer gave the tester to test. So
Okay.
adding variable to URL. So it is unique that okay, when you want to test for this particular function in the URL, you just input it, bring it out. Maybe you want to search for products, you want to add the product, or you want to even delete the user from a particular product. You can do that with the unique URL variable you have created for that.
Okay. So what are the types of variables we have in Postman? Do you want to give us more light to that, or someone else can pick it up?
Actually, I joined the meeting late, so I was caught up in between of the meeting.
All right, no problem. Thank you very much. All right. Good evening, Victor. Good evening, Victor. Can you hear me? Okay. Can anyone hear me? Like, I just want to confirm if my network is too much. Okay.
I can hear you clearly.
All right. All right. Thank you. So, Ma, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, good evening. So can you just give us types of variables? Like, if you want to add our variables in Postman, where can we add it? What are the types of variables we have?
Okay, we have environment variable.
Environment variables,
We have global variable
global,
and we have collection variable.
collection. And we have two more. There are five.
Yeah, there are 5. But these are
Yes,
the 3 I can remember: environment, global, and
collection. All right.
collection. Yes.
We talked about those three, I guess, last class, and the first two we discussed them the previous class. That was the local variable and data. So, Ma, do you remember now?
Oh, yes, I remember, but I don't think I was in the class, but I think I remember.
All right.
I was the last class. I was in the last class, so that was where I the one I'm talking about is the one for the last class.
All right, all right. So last class we stopped at. Thank you very much, Soma. Thank you very much, Samuel. Thank you very much. So
Okay.
last class we stopped at variables. Like we are trying to use script to add our variables instead of adding it manually. And I was trying to do it, and it was not working. Actually, my fault. I'm so sorry. Apologies. It was because I did not actually save my request before sending. That was what happened. I did not save the request before sending. So anytime I'm trying to use that method, although we are still going to go over it again today because we are going to talk about scripting today, and I'm hoping that we will be able to finish both the pre-request script and post-request script today. So anytime we're trying to add our variables, let's ensure to save first before we try to run our request. If we have added our script and we have not saved, there is no way to actually reflect. That was the only error I made last class, and I'm so sorry for that. I figured that out much later after the class. So today we are going to, please let's open our Postman app and I will start sharing my screen now. So today we are going to continue from where we stopped. Can you see my screen now? Please, can anyone just confirm if you can see my screen?
Yes, we can.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, thank you. All right, are we in our postman app? Are we in our postman app? I want every one of us to also open the postman before I start explaining. Are we there? I'm not getting any response.
No, we are trying to open it. No, we are trying to open it.
Okay.
Yes, we are currently there.
All right. So if you are there, I want you to create a collection, create a new collection, name it scripts. In that collection, add a folder. You can name the folder script folder or anything. And in that folder, right, add 2 requests, a get request and a post request. This is what we are going to do, everyone. Open your Postman application, create a new collection, name the collection scripts. In the collection, add a folder, name the folder script folder or anything, or script 1. And in that folder, add a post and a get request. Do you understand? Do you want me to go over it again?
Ma'am, please go over it again.
All right. I want us to open our Postman application, right? And we should create a new collection, just like this collection I'm showing in my screen. And I want us to name it scripts. And in that collection, I want us to add a new folder, and we should name the folder scripts. And in the folder, we should have 2 requests, the post and the guest request, something like this. This is my collection, this is my folder, and this is my get, and this is my post. Do you understand now? Are you on the same page? Please let me know if you are done so we can continue with the class.
Okay, so ma, under the script, we should create a request to another folder.
A request inside the folder, not another folder.
Okay.
Yes. You know you're going to create a collection. This is, yes, you're going to create a collection, and inside the collection we have a folder, and inside the folder you have 2 requests, the post and the get request. Are we done now? Can I continue? Are we on the same page, everyone? Some more. Hello, am I still audible?
I'm on it.
Okay.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Okay, please let me know when we are done so we can continue with the class. Create a new collection. Like after I've created a new collection, I don't know if anyone is just joining. Name it script, and under the collection add a folder and have a get and post request in that script.
Okay, done.
All right, Samo. All right, Becca, are you done? Soma, Victor, Princess.
Yes, I'm done.
All right, Abdulkadir, Mr. Hope. Can I proceed with the class? I'm not hearing
Yes,
any
you can.
response. Oh.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
All right. All right. Charles, you raised your hand. Do you want to talk, or you just want to signify that I can proceed with the class?
Okay. I have an issue. I don't know if I can share maybe the screen or to look for some assistance.
What's the issue? What's the issue like?
I've created a post request, but it still looks like a get request on its name. It
You
has
have to
a
save. You have to save. Save the request to reflect. Just save.
okay.
Click
It's
on this
done.
save.
Thank you.
All right, so
Thank you. We can proceed.
all right, thank you. Okay, so today we want to talk about scripts in Postman. And I asked us to do this so we will know the levels we can add our scripts. We can add our script in our collection level. Currently now I'm in my collection level, like I'm in the collection. This is a collection name script. So I can add my scripts here, either my pre-request script or post-request scripts, depending on what I want to check for. Imagine I have I want to use the same URL and I want to set a variable for the whole collection, right? I can add that script here in the collection level. And also I can also add script at the folder level. At the folder level, if you click on this folder, I want us to confirm, like we can also see the same thing that is showing on my screen. Click on the folder. The first thing I click on was the collection. This is different from this folder. You can also see something like scripts. I can also add scripts on the folder level, at the folder level, either post request scripts or pre-request scripts. So this type of script is going to run with all the requests that are in that particular folder. If I add any script here, it's going to affect every request that I create in this folder because it's going to run first it's going to run for each of these requests inside this folder. And if I have another folder here, for example, let me add a new folder and I name it folder test. So if I add a script here, if I add a request here, if I have some request here and I also have some requests in this folder. You know, we have, oh, sorry, my bad. I did something now. That was not what I wanted to do. I had a folder inside the folder and I'm meant to add a folder inside the collection. So folder test. All right. So if I have some request here, let's say I have a post and get request here, and I come to this script tab, the script folder, to add any script here, it's going to affect the only script I have within this folder. It's not going to affect this folder. Like if I add a script that is not collection based, maybe like a request that is not collection based, I added it in this folder, it's not going to affect this folder. It's going to be applicable only to the folder I added it to. So, and another place we can add our script is under our request itself. We can add the script to a request itself. We can add it, the pre-request and the post request, we can add it to a request itself. Do we understand that before we proceed with the class? Do you have any question? You can just react so I can know I should be able to move on.
No question.
All right. All right. Thank you very much, Emmanuel. Thank you very much, Samuel. Okay, so now in the collection, well, we want to start with the pre-request scripts, of course. In the collection level, I want us to create a new variable. We want to set a collection. We want to create a new variable. And how do we do that? pm.test.collection variable. Sorry. Let me just add this snippet here. So I want to do some typo error. Okay. So pm.collectionVariables.set. So let me just set like my URL for this collection. So this is how I say I want to set a collection variable, this particular URL for this whole collection, which is going to affect all the requests inside this collection, of course. After doing this, I will save first. Then if I come to this request, I should be able to reference it in this request. I can do something like this. I've set it in the collection script. I can do pm.collectionVariable.get. Then I can get the particular URL, which is URL, and I can reference it here. And I can save my request and send my request. Okay, I feel like I'm having a part. Okay. So what did I do here? Basically, I write a script in my collection level, as I've explained earlier, that you can add a script at a collection level. Just make sure you save. I add a script in my collection level for a collection variable. I set my collection variable. This is URL, the name of my variable, and this is the key to my variable, this particular URL. And I come to my script here. I use the get method to get the URL, and I was able to reference it here, and I can send the request. Do we understand this? Do you have any question before we continue? Good evening. Can I proceed?
Yes.
Again.
Mr. Victor? Emmanuel, you said I can proceed, right?
Yes,
No,
yes,
ma.
you can proceed.
Ma, please go back to the
Please, can you?
script.
Which of the script?
The collection script. Please go back to it.
Okay, this collection. Becca,
Yes, ma, I can hear you, ma.
yes, I'm in the collection script. So you want me to explain again?
No, I just wanted to see how you set it because I'm not joining on my system.
Okay, have you joined with your system now?
I'm on my system, but I'm joining with my phone.
Okay.
Ma,
Okay, Soma.
please, can you? I'm lost. The only place I understood was where you created the collection, like when you wrote the script. But I don't understand how you sent the get request with the
Okay.
collection. So
Okay. This is what I do, Soma. Can you hear me? Are you following?
yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I created a script at the collection level. What am I telling this script to do? I'm telling this script I'm just setting the same way you will, if you want to set your variables, that you come to this variable tab and you will add your variable. That's what we did last week.
Yes.
Yes, and I've had my variables here. But this time around, I'm using script to add a variable. So that's what, and I'm using it, and I'm adding a collection variable. I'm at the collection level now. So I'm adding a collection variable, which is URL. That is the name of my variable. If you come here, I explained this last week. This is your variable name, and your value will be these two. So the same thing, this is my variable name, the URL, and the value is this the URL to the request I'm about to test. Do you understand this?
Yes.
Okay. You know that is not, I cannot really run a request in the collection variable. I'll have to create, except I added it directly. So I have another script in another folder, but still under the same collection, which is a get request. Are you with me now?
Yes.
So I want to send this get request, but I want to use the URL in my collection variable, So what did I do? I used the PM. The first one I said was to set the variable. But now what did I want to do? I want to get the variable. PM dot collection variable dot get. Don't forget, mind you, this one was setting. Where is the first script? This particular one is set method. I used to set this variable, but now that I want to use the variable, I'm needing it to run a request. I'll use the get method to fetch it. So dot get, then I will include the name of the variable URL. Then I will come to this tab the same way you will actually reference your variable after you have created it manually. That same procedure. You will come here and you will type your URL. You will save your request and you will send your request. You have used the get method, the set method to set a variable at the collection level, and you have used the get method to get that variable at the request level. And that variable you'll be able to get has actually will help you to send your request successfully. So, do you understand now?
Yes, ma. Thank you.
All right. Can we all try to reproduce this on our end? And I don't know if we are following before. I want us to reproduce this. For those of us that have not get over it, I want us to try it. Just come to, I've asked us to actually create this folder collection and everything before. So just come here. Just come to your collection variable. Use your script to set a collection variable. And come to your get request. Now use your script also to get the variable and send the URL and send. Do you understand? Do you have any question?
Ma, why is my own red?
Save and send. If just save and send before you send the first request, it will be red. Mine was also red also, but if we are sending it, if the name is actually correct, it will go through.
Okay, it has gone through. But okay.
All right. So can we proceed now? Adefisayo,
Good evening, ma.
good evening.
Yes, please, I want to just confirm because if I want to, is script and environment the same function? Because I know I can come to the environment, then set my the request, the URL, the pre requests. But the way you use it here, you use script. So I'm trying to, is it the same thing or is totally different? I don't know if you get my question.
Were you around last class? Adefisayo.
No, sorry.
Okay. So actually last class we did a walkthrough of how to set our variable manually. And we can set different types of variable, right? It's not only environment. We set manually. You can set even this one that I do with scripts in the collection variable. I can actually come to these variables in my collection and set a variable here. That is going to be affecting all the whole collection. And if it's for environment, I can come to this environment level and create it. But this time around, that's what we did last class. But this time around, we want to use script to set our variables. Arif, sorry, do you understand?
Yes, I get it now. So I can use the environment and I can also use the script method.
Yes, you can set it manually or you can set it using the script.
Oh, okay. I get it now.
All right.
Thank
All right. So I believe we should all be on the same page now.
Now, this scripting, are we going to have a task that will tell us it's compulsory for us to do it scripting?
Yes, our next
That's
task.
the problem. That is the problem. Want the easy one, do it manually. Since it's solving the same problem.
Our next task, we are going to be doing scripting. So we have to put our mind there. It's not actually difficult now, Victor.
Oh. Now, my own question is
this
that
same script I'm trying to run in. I'm with you, Victor.
This one now, I'm trying to run it and I'm not getting it. I don't know why. I've saved the collection request scripting on the correction one. Then the next one, what to do? That's why I'm confused.
So where are you?
I've set the scripts for the collection. Yeah, exactly this what I'm seeing on the list now. I've done it.
And you have saved?
I have saved it.
Okay, come to your request. Are you here now?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay, now type something like this: pm.collectionVariable.get and enter your and enter the name of your variable. Have it something like this. And please, let's ensure we are on pre-request. Another thing that might not make our script to work is if we add it to the post response. We have two types of scripting, right? We have the pre-request scripts and the post-request scripts. And pre-request scripts are those type of scripts that are going to run first before our endpoints even run at all. So let's add it to the pre-request. You can always navigate yourself back. I feel like by default, it is always on post response, but just go back to the pre-request because we are talking about the pre-request script. So Victor, have you done something like this? Hello, Victor, can you hear me? Hello. So can anyone else confirm if I'm audible or not?
You're audible.
All right.
You're audible. I think I can hear you.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay, Victor, are we on the same page? Can anyone confirm if they can hear Victor before I continue with class? All right, Victor, you have to check with your network. I'm not hearing you. So, and I would just want you to do something like this. Who else has actually tried this and is not working? Anyone else? Okay, so I want you to actually try something like this and reference it here, then you send your request. So now, apart from adding our collection, now we have been able to set our collection variables using the script. We can also set our environment variable. That is going to be pm.environment.set, right? Then we'll have maybe like base URL, and what else? We can have this same URL. So this is us just using script to, and let's terminate this. But before we save this environment script, right? We need to confirm that we are in a particular environment. Like if we save and we are not in any environment, this will not actually reflect. Before you can run this, before you can save and can successfully see this environment, let me just try it. You can see that I'm currently having no environment. So if I come to my get request script and I want to use my get method to, get my environment variable, then I type my, what did I use? Did I use base URL?
Base URL.
Thank you very much. So, and I type base URL. Mind you, I've not even saved this. So when I come to my get request and I type base URL and I come here, I have base URL. Then I sent. It's even working. But it's not properly referenced because currently I'm not in any environment. You can see the error message, variable defined already, but I need to switch to a particular environment so that it will be able to be referenced or to be saved, to be stored in that environment. So it's actually working, but this is not stored. This is not stored in any environment, and it's still weird. It's still saying it as a variable that I cannot use in any of my requests. But if I come here and I come to, let me say, new environment, for example, and I send this request, you can see now it has now been stored in the environment. It has now been stored. It has changed from red to blue. It has now been stored in the environment. So the implication of we actually trying to use or trying to save a variable in an environment using the script is that first, make sure you are in a particular environment. If it is production environment, if it is any environment you want to use, navigate to that environment first before you add your script, or after you add your script, navigate to that environment and run your request so it's able to be stored in that environment. Do we understand? Now I want us to try the global. Apart from this environment, right, from our end, I want us to try the global. The global will also look like pm.global.set. You can name it anything, my URL, and that in that order for this request before we move on. Do you have any question? I want us to try the global. I want us to set a collection variable, a global variable, and an environment variable using our pre request. And I want us to get this variable from our get scripts, right? One after the other, please. So you can actually use this double backslash to comment your post, you see I comment this out. You can also use this because I'm not needing this, I will be needing this. So you can also use that to comment your post out. Are we together? Why is everywhere quiet?
Yes.
All right, thank
Ma,
you.
please, what did
Are
you
we
say
working
about
on?
the slash?
What do you say?
The slash that you added, what did you explain?
I said we can use it to comment our, like you can see it's not active. If I add this double backslash, that means this particular request is not active. And if I remove it, it will be active. It's just like I'm commenting it out of my code. That's what it's used for. You can see, Soma.
Yes, I can see.
Yes. All right, please let me know when we are done. So we can move to the post request. And mind you, let me just explain that apart from adding, I'm just using this class to tell us how we can add or where we can add our scripts. Sometimes you might decide to come to this request, this particular request, and set your variable within this request and get it within this request, it will also work. It will also work. You can set it with, like, let me just do an example for us, like pm dot global variable. So pm dot set global variable, right? Variable so pm dot global dot get so I'll be able to use it here also. So you see, it will also work, and I've set this global variable. And because it's a global variable, of course, we've talked about variable earlier, I can use it in any of my collections. Any of my collections. Are we done with the task now? Emmanuel,
Good evening, ma'am.
good evening, Zuliat.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry, my network misbehaved, so I missed a few explanations. The number one and number two, I noticed you added what's this sign by in front of
The
it. It
backslash.
was not there before. Yes, and it was not there before.
Okay, I said that we will use the backslash. Basically, when we are writing code, we use the backslash to comment it out. Like we use it to, like, I don't want it to be active. I want my code to run, but I don't want it to run with this line and this line. So we use it to comment it out. That's what I did. So if I remove it, you can see now it's now active. Use it to add comment to code, basically. So if we don't want any line of our code to run, we'll just add the backslash to it and use it to comment it out. Do you understand now, Zuliat?
Yes, I do. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Can I proceed now? Victor, what's wrong with your network? I feel like you're not in this class because I can't hear you.
I'm trying to catch up.
Okay.
Just trying to catch up. Don't worry.
Where are you?
Yeah, I'm far back. Because I'm just confused.
That's why I'm here. Like, I've been trying to let us be on the same page, but I guess your network tripped off. Just let me know what you are trying to do, then I'll be able to explain to you how to get to do it.
Yeah, because I'm looking at that my listening is on post request, and I sent and I got 200 OK.
Your is on post request.
Yeah.
What kind of like you send here?
Yeah.
You did not add body. Yeah, if it's, are you sure it's not a get request and you have not saved? Because if it's save, maybe it will change back to post. Because if I'm trying to send a post request without a body, I should be able to get an error. Becca, you can talk.
I'm under get.
So after the environment variables, right? I used a new environment. So if I'm about to set my global variable, I will put it in another environment too, right?
No, global variable is global. It's not.
Okay, I do not need.
No, you do not need to be in an environment before you can set a global variable.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's worked.
All right, you're able to do that, have you?
Yes.
No. All right.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Victor, Becca, you can lower your hand now. Or if you still have any other question, you can talk. Victor.
Yeah, I'm with you. See, to be honest, I'm not following the class. I think my network interrupted. And if I'm going to be asking questions, I'm just like starting the class afresh. I would rather join from now and then, probably watch the YouTube version.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just
Um,
trying to make sure everyone is on the same page. Since
Ma,
you joined the class, right, you should be able to maximize the
please,
opportunity.
I want to ask a question.
Yes,
Um,
yes, Uma.
okay, when creating this script, let's say we have created for pre-request. When we go to post request, we'll still create for post request as well.
I
Or
don't understand. No, you will just reference it.
okay, that's what I'm saying.
Yes,
Because
yes,
like
you just
you're
reference.
not
You don't need
okay, you're
to.
not writing any script again
No,
for
no,
the
no.
post request.
Hey, once you have sent your first pre-request, it will be saved to your collection. So every other request, even if I create a new request, a delete request, it will be saved the same way it works for us setting variables. That's the same way it will work. It's just the way we are setting it that is kind of different. It will work the same way. If I come, see, I set a global variable the other time. So if I come to another collection that is not even pertaining to the collection I added the request, if I set, I feel like I set a global variable. I don't really remember the name.
Yes, I think it's base URL, abi? I don't
No,
know.
that was not global.
No, you said no, you did not set. You told us to set using my URL.
No,
Something.
yes, I set a global.
Okay, you said okay.
I think that was Tife. You used Tife as the variable name.
No, I've seen it. It's actually variable. This is, hey, my network is not stable. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we are getting you well.
All right, thank you. So I set this particular global variable. So this is the variable name, variable. So if I come to this class tags, this class tags is out of the scope of scripts, like it's not the same collection, right? If I come to this class tags, I should be able to reference, I'm looking for dummy.json. I should be able to reference the variable here. Do you see? Just the same way it works for us setting this manually. That's the same way it also work here. Like, hope it's not my network that's messing up like this. But you can also try it from your hand.
Okay.
Yes, also try it. You can go to another, if for the global variable, not the collection, no. The collection is limited to the collection. I'm talking about the global variable. So I want us to also try it from our hand.
Okay, it worked.
It works. So that's it. The same way the variable we are setting works manually, the same way it will work even if we use scripts. It's just it depends on the types of variable you are trying to set. Charles, your mic is not mute. Do you want to say anything?
Well, I was just want to ask, like, when we set a global variable, do we actually access it or refer to it in the whole collection, or you can even access it maybe out of the collection? Like, I just want to know the scope of the global variable.
Yes, the global variable, right, actually works beyond a collection. It's global. So you can access it out of the other collections. Out
That
of
means
that
even
collection you
this
reference it
way,
from. So that's
like
why I asked
this
us
way.
to. What do you say, Charles?
Okay, I was asking you, like, this way you have maybe set it in the pre-request
In,
file. That means you can maybe, okay, go in the script collection. I have seen you have added it in the maybe pre-request get. So that means maybe if we create another request in the maybe for that test collection, we should also access that variable.
yes, you can also access it.
Okay, thank
If
you.
it's stored, you can also access it. If
Yeah.
I create a new get request or a new post request or delete request, any form of request, I just create this one. I don't know what's wrong with my network. So let me just say get request. So for that variable, right? I can access it. Can you see? But this is for the global. It's properly referenced. So if I send this request, it should work. Can you see, Charles?
Yes, I can see it.
All right. So do you understand how pre-request work now? Everyone? Can we proceed with the class? Do you have another question?
We can proceed.
All right. So if you are setting a pre-request, you're just trying to... Abdulkadir, do you want to say something? All right. Okay, so another thing I want us to look at...
Sorry, ma. So
Yes,
it's
yes, ma'am.
compulsory that we open another folder for the script, or can we
Ma'am?
just is it compulsory, right, that we have another folder for the get request and post request scripts, or can we just include it in our script collection?
I don't really understand your question.
Okay, you know,
Are
in
you
this
asking me?
work now, we have one collection folder which is titled scripts,
Okay.
another folder which is another script. Then underneath we have two requests, which is get and post.
Okay.
So now my question is this: can't we just open one collection, name it script for instance, then just have our requests?
Our request. Yes, you can.
Okay.
I just use this, like I'm trying to use this to explain to us, like if you join the class much early, right? I use it to explain to us the levels at which we can add our scripts. I said we can add our scripts at the collection level, at the folder level. That's why I asked us to create this folder. At the folder level, like if I add a collection to this particular, if I add if I set a variable for this particular folder, it's going to affect the folder here at the folder level and at the script at the request level itself. So that's how I actually access. You can actually just create your collection and just add everything. It will work fine. Think have I answered your question?
Yes, ma, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. So now let's go to, so that's basically the pre-request script. You're just trying to set the variables, anything. And I still want us to move further, right? To referencing variables beyond URL. Yes. For our post request, we can actually reference variables. Like I deleted something from this tab. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. We can actually reference, we can actually add a variable beyond URL. You know, I've been using URL example now. So I can actually add a variable for this title. Like if I feel like, okay, this thing, I'll be needing to use title for most of my post requests. Maybe I have multiple post requests and I want to use title for most of everything. I'll just set it as a variable and I'll reference it. This is good. This is how my request body is going to look like. You know, on a normal condition, right? I'm supposed to have something like this. Just like my value. Just like my value. My value is 23. So I'm supposed to have something like this. But now, what did I do here? I just tried to make my title a variable, make my price a variable, and make my ratings a variable also. And make my ratings a variable also. I want to check, was this a local variable? Okay, this is a local variable. Okay, now let's come to our post request. You know, I asked us to create a get request and post request. Before we move to the let's come to our post request. I want us to also practice this from our end. Are we in our post request?
Yes.
Let's have something like this, like /product/add. Now reference any of the URL. You can decide to reference the URL in your collection. Since we have it everywhere now, just reference any for your post request. Just reference any. Are we on the same page now? Come to your post request. You now ask us to create a get and a post request. Okay. Now come to the post request. Just add this /product/add since we're adding a product. Now come to your URL and use a variable, any variable that is available. You can use collection, you can use global, and if you're in a particular environment and it's properly referenced, you can use that environment variable since it's the same URL. Are we on the same page now?
Yes.
Okay. All right, can I proceed? I want someone else to answer me before I move on. Can I proceed? Soma. All right, all right. All right, Samo, thank you. Okay. Now, don't forget this post request, right? Just set it. Come to your header, add your content type. What content type am I going to use? Anyone?
JSON.
JSON.
Eh? Someone said
Application.
different. Okay, application. So let's be setting it like that. Application JSON. Now let's come to our body, right? Don't let us have this one yet. Let's have this title as, give me title now. Anyone should just suggest a title for me. What title should I use? Also, I want us to replicate this on our screens also, please. Will you give me title?
Mango.
Mango. Thank you, Charles. Will you give me the price of the mango? Any other one? Any other person? Okay, it's like I'm alone. 450. The ratings?
4.5.
4.5. Okay. And the value 23. So I want us to have this in our post request. Please, this is post request. Be mindful of your syntax. Don't forget this, your opening and close curly braces. The title, the price, the ratings, and the value. And send your request. Let me know if it's successful before we proceed to making it a value. Before we proceed to making it a variable. I'm waiting for us to be on the same page before we move on. Hello?
We're working on it.
Okay, okay. I want to be sure we are still on the same page. When you are done, please send your request, and I want you to be getting 201 rated. So I'll know that it is actually working. So we don't have problem when we are making it a variable. Emmanuel, how is it going? Are you done?
Okay, I've successfully sent
Almost.
Okay. Becca,
So I
Soma,
successfully sent it.
what
Showing
do you say?
201 created.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
I successfully
okay,
sent it.
okay,
201
Sam,
created.
Sam. Okay, Sam. Okay, thank you. Okay, Becca, you done? Abdul Qadri.
Yes, ma'am. Done.
All right, thank you. Soma, Peace, Zuliat, Princess. You can just react if you don't want to talk. If you don't want us to hear your voice, don't worry. Just react with any emoji. All right, all right. All right, so I want to Soma, I'm not hearing you. Soma,
Sorry, ma. My own has
are,
not created.
are you done?
No.
What's
I
the
think
issue?
I'm trying to arrange it well. It's telling me non-white space character, so I know it's it's my error. So I'm
Yeah,
just trying to make it look good so that I can
yeah,
create.
yeah, look for it. Look for it. Be fast.
Okay.
Okay, so so I want to believe most of us are actually done by now. So I want to proceed. I
Yes,
think
yeah.
okay.
Mm,
Emmanuel, do you have any question?
mm, I'm done.
All right, thank you. Okay, so this is what I was saying, right? I said earlier that our variable is not limited to URL. Variable is just like if you want to know that, if you know that, okay, this particular thing, you want to be using it multiple times, you just don't want to be rewriting it. You just want to be writing it anytime you want to be using it. So you just want to be calling maybe a specific name that you have assigned to the variable and want it to be performing the same function as you just trying to retype. So this is what I want to do. I will do the first one, which is the title. I will set it as a variable and I will reference it. So I want us to pay our attention and ask questions. And if we are cleared, right, I want us to go ahead and do the remaining ones, the price, the ratings, value. So now I want to make my title, which is mango, as a variable. So what am I going to do? I'll come to my script tab. I want to make it a collection variable, right? I want to make it a collection
You have
variable.
it under pre-request.
Yes, I'm running a pre-request.
Okay.
Yes. When you are setting anything variables and getting variables, it's still under your pre-request. So what I want to do is I want to have my title to be mango. So if I come here to the body of my request, instead of writing this title, right, I will just have it like this. Title. And I'll save my request. And I will send unexpected bad token. Becca, please hold on, I'm coming. Okay. So Becca, you have a question?
Yes, ma. So, if for example, you're working on a global variable, when you go back to your prescripts, you have to set it to a global variable, ba?
No, it's not necessary.
Okay, it can be any of the variable.
I don't understand. I don't understand your question.
Okay, you know now when you went to use your pre-request, you set a variable. So I'm asking if I'm working on a global variable, for example, if I'm working with a global variable, for example, I'm to set a global variable.
Okay, you want to create a new variable and you want that variable to be global.
No, like the class work we just did now, I used a global environment variable rather.
Say for the URL.
Yes.
No, it does not. No, it won't affect you. I'm setting this is a collection variable. And this okay, I can use a global variable here. No. This one is different. It's different from whatever that is going on here.
Oh,
In as
okay.
much as this is properly referenced, you don't have any issue connecting this to that again.
Okay, ma.
Yeah. So do you understand now? Do you understand what I did just now?
No, please, can you provide
Yes.
again?
Yes, ma.
Okay. Okay, Charles, you have a question. Charles, your hand is raised. You can unmute and talk.
Okay, thank you. I just want to ask, like, what if we just want to add in the correction variable, the the variable which has the data type of number, like this value, do you also add it in double quotation?
No. It's not necessary. If
Okay.
I add this in double quotation, that makes it a string. And if
Okay.
I have it without quotation, it makes it a number.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
And
so
how about to set it in the global variable collection?
how about what?
In the scripts, where where we set the title. Yeah, like on Mango, if it is a number, we should also add it in those double quotations, or we should maybe make it a number without those double quotations.
No, you have to add it in double quotations. I feel like this double quotations is let's try it.
Try it on the variable. I think maybe because it's a number,
Yes.
we don't add it.
What next we have? We have price, Abby.
Yeah, price, I think it's also a string. Maybe try on the variable.
Okay. Yeah, it will work. Charles.
Okay.
It
Thank
will
you.
work. You're welcome. All right. So I want us to actually do for others.
Mommy, I did not understand though. I was
Okay, let
having
me
a
go over it.
issue with my network.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Let me go over it again. You know, before I was having mango here, summer. I was having mango here, and when I send my request, but I'm having title to be mango. Now I want to make this title to be a variable. This title mango as a variable. And I want to make it a collection variable. You can make it any type of variable depending on what you want. It can actually be an environment, a global, any type of variable. So I come to the script tab and I have pm.collectionVariable.set. But this time around, I'm setting my title as mango. So when Thomas, do you understand this?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, so I set my title to be mango. So when I come to the body of my request, instead of typing mango here directly, right, I'll just put this double curly braces and I will type mango. Oh, sorry, title. Title is the name of my variable, not mango. Mango is the variable value, title. So this, I've actually referenced it. You see, when I over on it, it's telling me my title is mango. So if I send this request, I will save and send. So if I send this request, I'll be getting my title as mango. And I want us to do for price also. You will come to your script, add a what? Add a collection variable for your price. Price, you can make your price any number. Your ratings also, you can make it any number, and your value also any number. So, do you understand now?
Yes, I do. Thank
All
you,
right,
ma.
I want you to get on it. All right, are we done? Emmanuel, Zuliat, Samuel, Becca, Princess, Peace, and every other person on the call.
Yes,
Mr. Hope.
ma'am.
Yes, it
Yes,
worked.
ma'am.
Okay. All right. So we are going to be moving on to our post request now. And I feel like that is the main test, like, because that's where we check, that's where we have our test results. That's where we have our test results. You can see, even when we are still using our scripts, our pre-request scripts, we're not getting any test results because we have not added any tests. Our post response is actually our test. Like, that's where we test for things if it's actually work. Now, before I move on, I want to confirm if I can actually move on and if we all are on the same page. All right, thank you. So now we are done with pre-request. So I want us to move to the post response tab, everybody. So I don't want us to be having any issue while trying to run. So what can we check for? Just the same way we are trying to test, right? We can actually check if our status code is 201, because it is a post request, we are expecting 201. We can actually check if some contents are available in our body. We can actually check for other things also. Like I'll be using this. I want us to click on this snippet and just click on status code is 200. I will explain the code, don't worry. I will do this. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what are we testing? This is PM. This is actually Postman language, right? PM.test. Now, you see, when we're sending our pull request, right, we are not having any test. But since we are using this test, it indicates that we're actually testing for something. So if we send this request, we'll have a test result. So PM.test. So this is actually the title of our test. This can be anything. This is the title of my test. This is the title of my test. And this is like a function of what I'm checking for. I'm checking if my response, that is the response, is to have a status that is 200. As simple as that. This particular line of code, pm.test, indicate that I'm actually testing. And if I run this script, I'm expecting that I should have a test result here. And this status code is 200, can be anything. Like they can rename it to, if you feel like status code is 200, you don't understand it, you can just come here and be like, verify status code is 200, if that is what you understand. So now the function is pm.response to have status, like my status, I want to ensure that my status, or whatever status I'm getting from this request, is 200. So if I send this type of test, is it going to pass or is it going to fail? Anyone? I want us to reply. If I send this request, is it going to pass or is it going to fail?
It will fail.
Going to fail.
It is going to
Fail.
fail. Why?
Maybe it's because
It's a
creator give us
I,
a
Because it's
201.
201,
Once we
not
get
200.
201, not 200.
exactly. So it's good because I'm going to get 201, not 200. So it is going to fail. So if I want it to pass, what am I going to do?
You change it.
I'm going to change it. So I'm going to change this, verify my status code is 201, and I'm going to change this also as well, verify my status code is 201. Then I'll be able to send my request. So if I send my request here, under my test tab, I'm having verify status code is 201, and it's actually passed. Do we understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So Ma, are we on the same page? Samuel.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Have you also tried this from our hand? Please, let's run it. Let me know what we are getting. Now, another thing we can test for is our response body. Come to this snippet, right? And just click on response body. Another thing we can test for is response body. So what am I checking for? I'm checking like if my response body, this is my response body. This is my response body. This is my response body for this request. This is my response body. So I'm checking if my response body matches some particular strings rather. Like if it adds, if my response body have, let me just perform some testing, right? Let me just change this. Don't forget, you can change this. This is just the naming convention for your test. Verify response body. Now I come here and I do something like this. Okay, and I do something like search. So if I run this request, is it going to pass or is it going to fail? Based on the explanation. Am I still connected? Is my network still on?
Yes, you're connected.
All right. So is my test going to pass or my test is going to fail, or we don't understand?
I think it will fail.
You think? We don't think. We don't assume in this world.
It will
Okay,
fail
no assumption, it will fail.
We don't assume. Yes, it will fail. Why? Why is it failing?
because in our body we don't have such.
Because
It
in our
doesn't.
body we don't have such. You see, I'm having verified status code is 201 passed, and I'm having failed because it does not include such. Now, if I want this test to pass, what am I going to do? I'll come to my body. I'll look for anything that can match. It can be number, it can be strings, it can be anything. I have 95, right? I have 195. So if I send this particular request, I'm expecting it to pass because I have 195 in my response body. Do you understand?
How about if we say not include such?
What do you say?
I was saying, what if we say not include such instead
Not
of
in,
yeah.
I don't understand.
I was asking, what if we had to include such, where we have that too, we replace it with not include such.
You want to replace it to what? To
Instead
not
of
dot include
such.
this.
And
Now, what's going to happen if I run this test? Charles,
I
what do you
think
think?
I think we maybe check if we didn't include that 195 in our test. Maybe if we find it, it will fail, and if we don't find it, it will pass.
You are trying to perform a negative testing here.
Okay.
So it's going to be failed if it actually includes. Now, if I have search here, right, it's going to pass because search is not actually included in my
Sure.
as a string. Do you see?
Yes.
So you're just trying to, instead of doing this, instead of just trying to edit this, you can just try to do some negative testing on your own. It's still the same thing. It's still the same thing as me having two dots include, and I know that there is no search, and I sent, and I'm expecting this to fail, and I add another test, right? And I know that this is actually title. I'm expecting this to pass. Just understand your code, understand what you're checking for. Do you understand now, everybody?
Yeah.
Are we on the same page, Samuel?
Please, I have a question. Can I go on?
All right, please, you can ask your question.
Okay, so this code has verify response body function. What is the function of this function here? First
This is
of all,
an
and then I didn't understand. Okay,
inbuilt function. This is an inbuilt
okay,
function. It is like a postman inbuilt functionality, and you must include it to your test. And
okay. Then how? Okay. Then how about this postman dot expect PM response test? I didn't really, although I understand how it works, but if you ask me to explain it to someone else in a layman's language, I won't be able to defend it. So can you please go over it
explain,
again?
just try to read this thing. One thing about postman and some JavaScript is that, or Java is that, it's just as if we are communicating, we are trying to read English. Please, just PM dot expect. Like I'm expecting PM dot response dot text. I'm expecting my response text. Expecting my response text dot to include search. Do you understand? Like this one now, PM dot response dot to have status. So I'm expecting my response to have status, and I include the
Okay.
status. It's just like
Okay.
English. Do you get? It's not like that difficult like that.
So that means if you tamper with this status, for instance, it won't give you it won't pass it. Let's say if you put 200 instead of 201, it won't still pass
No,
it.
it. I don't. If you put which check the status,
Yeah,
it
the
won't pass it.
status.
No, it won't pass it. If you have 200 there, it's going to be failed. I explained this earlier now. It's going to fail.
Sorry, I didn't get it. Okay.
Yes, it's going to fail. If you tamper with this, just like, do you understand this search? Do you understand the way this
Yes, I
search works?
do.
Yes, the same thing affects this also. Same thing
Okay.
affects this also. Do you
So
understand
you
now?
don't really have to have an idea of a programming language before you be able to script in Postman.
You don't really need it like that.
Okay.
Yes.
This year.
But once you understand what you are doing, you'll be able to perform your test. To some extent, you should be able to know what to edit to get your results and what not to edit.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. You're welcome. So can we proceed now? Do you have another question? Can we proceed? I want us to check this response time also. These are basic things we can actually check for when we are trying to write our Postman scripting, right? We can actually check for our response time.
But man, this response time, up network will not affect it.
It will actually pass if the response time is equals to the response time that's. Do you get?
No. So that means you can put like a longer time, Abby.
No. This is what this response time is doing. Like the response time is less than 200 seconds. So if my response time for this one I sent, I'm having what? 259. Do you get? This is actually what this line of code will do. I'm expecting it to be less than 200. So now that I'm having 259, it's going to be failed because 259 is above 200. Do you understand? Hello, can you hear
Yes.
me?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So now if I want to check for let me say I want to check 300 now. So will my test pass or will it fail? Assuming this is the same response I get.
It
To
will,
fail.
No,
it will pass.
Oh,
it will
sorry.
pass. I've changed it to 300, it will pass.
Okay.
Do you understand? Assuming,
Yes.
I'm not saying that if I send this request again, I'm not saying that I'm going to get this same thing. No, I might send it and it will eventually fail or pass. I don't know. Depending on what I get, this is what it's checking against. It's going to check against this. So if I send this, okay, now you see, now I'm getting what? 564. So my test will what? It will fail. Because I'm expecting it to be less than 300, but now it's more than 300.
So in a case like this, what will you do? Can we just scrap it off?
Scrap what?
The response time? Or should we test first, run it, then have an idea as to
You
what
cannot actually get the how am I going to say? You cannot actually get the accurate idea. You can just feel like, okay, I expect that within you can just get the range, Becca. So you can just get the range. I feel like, okay, this response, now that I'm having 500, I feel like 900 should work fine if I'm using this dot below. Now I'm getting 245. Now that I use 900, right, my test is going to pass. You can just actually set a range for it. You know, it's time. You cannot predict what is going to happen. Maybe your network, maybe the server itself, might actually slow things down, might actually pace it off. So you cannot really predict. Peace. Peace,
Okay.
you can omit and
How
talk.
about you're working on another document that is not dummy JSON, that once you register a data and you try to like resend that data again, and then it tells you that user already exists, sort of. So in that situation, what do you do? And your tests are not passing as they should.
User already exists. Have you actually,
Yes,
it
let's take
depends
for
on what,
instance,
okay. Take for instance.
I say let's take for instance now you're working on like a project, and then you are scripting it, and then you send it, and some of the tests passed, some of them failed. Now you go back to
To
go
send
and
it again
maybe do the corrections. Yes. And after doing the corrections, you try to send it again, but then it had already registered this
the
particular
user.
data in the database.
It
Yes, this
has
particular
registered the
user, so
user in
it
the
won't go again.
database. And the best thing you can do is if it
Yes.
actually have a delete, you can delete that user. If your endpoint has a delete functionality, you can delete that user. Because once it has been registered in the database, you like it must be deleted before you can be able to work with it if it's a user. So if it has delete, you can delete that user
Oh,
before you proceed with your testing.
okay.
Yes,
All right. Thank you.
you're welcome. All right, Julius.
Yes, ma'am. So let's assume you are working on dummy JSON.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
know, in the dummy JSON we have user, auth, and other ones, cat and recipe and all. So how many post request script are we meant to write?
I don't understand your question.
Okay, what I'm trying to say is, this pre-request post request. So let's assume I'm working on recipe, like the assignment you give us now.
Okay.
So if I want to now test, I want to write my script. How many post request script am I meant to write? For example, now we have done 3 here now. We've done check status code, response body, and time. So are there other ones that we are meant to check too?
And depending on your test case, depending on what you are checking for.
Okay.
Yes, depending on what you want to check for. Now I just want to check for. I'm checking for the status code. I'm checking. It's not like the number of post request scripts you should have or you should not have. It's actually depending on how intensive you want to test.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank
it
you.
depends on the testers. All right. So do we understand this response time? And we can have our response time, like, I want to try to copy. Instead of using below, we can use above. We can use above. So I can change this to so if I send this request now, assuming I'm having 245, what should happen to my request? Will it pass or fail? For the above, not the below now.
It will fail
It will fail. Because what? Why is it failing?
because your test has run below above 900. I mean below 900, sorry.
No, we are testing for above. And this 245 is actually what?
Below.
Below 9.
Is below.
Yeah, it's below 9. I want us to understand. I want us to understand what you are saying. I want us to understand what you are. So this 245 is below 900. So if I'm still having this 245, let me just try to use 100. Now, if I use 100 now for this above, and I'm having this 245, what is my expected result? Anyone? I'm using 100 now, and my response time is 245. What should be my expected result?
You pass.
It will pass. Why is it passing?
Because your time is above 100.
Because my time is above 100. Do we understand? What else can we check for? Let's just see. Okay. Okay, we can also check for this is another text. This is another test we can also check for. We can also check if our status name has a string. Now we are not checking for the status code, we are checking for the status name. And in this context, right? This is my status code 201, and this is my status name created because I'm sending a post request. So if I'm sending a get request, it will be what? It will be 200 what?
Okay.
Okay, exactly. It will be 200 okay. So if I put okay here, will my test fail or pass? Someone mic is not muted and the person is actually in a noisy environment. I'm still waiting for a response though. Soma, have you been following?
It will fail.
Yes, ma, I have.
Do you understand?
Yes, I do. Thank you, ma. I understand.
All right. Juliet, Samuel, I want to be sure.
Yeah,
Emmanuel, I just don't want some set of people to be talking.
I'm following.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. So now we can check verify status codes as string or as name. That is, if the status code is okay, then I can send the request. If I send this request, I'm going to have this particular test to fail. And this is where we check our test results at the test results tab here. So this is my last result. Verify status code as a name is actually failed. So if I change it from okay to created, it will actually work. So these are the basic things, right? And these are the major things we can actually test for when we're trying to test our endpoint, just to ensure that you're not missing things. Do we understand? Do we have any question?
Yes, ma, I have a question.
Yes, you can
I'm
proceed.
suspecting your next task. So let me ask now ahead.
Who is that asking me for my next tax ahead? Who is that? I'm not seeing the person that's talking. Please. Okay, Becca. I can hear you.
This response time, when you give it to us as in our task, right? And we use below the time and you run it on your own end, it's giving
I
you
will check.
just so it's network. Oh.
I will check. No, I will check. Sheba, I will check the one you use and I will check what I'm getting.
Okay.
Then I'll use it to compare. I understand it and we'll check.
Okay, ma. Thank you.
Now. You are welcome in advance. All right. Do you have another question? Yes,
Excuse me,
ma.
ma'am.
Yes,
Let's
ma.
assume check for ID.
Check for ID in the response body.
Yes, in this post request, what are we going to use? Are we going to use response body or which one, ma?
If your ID is in this ID, is it this
Let's
ID you
assume
want
we
to
want to
check?
check if this ID is correct. Maybe we want to check if the ID is going to give us 195.
You set this ID. So
Okay.
you set it. You are the one that set it.
Okay,
You
so
should be
is there
able to,
is there any negative testing for scripting?
yes, now I just did some negative testing. I've been doing negative testing. I've been testing both positive and negative scenarios since now. I know that I'm going to get 201.
Oh, yes.
And I checked for 200. I know that there's
Yes.
no search in my body.
Yes, and the time too.
Yes. There's negative testing. No. You will do your positive testing and negative testing. I've been doing negative testing since well. Both the positive and the negative.
Ma,
I know that I'm going.
the header?
What do you say?
Can we check the header?
Yes, you can check the header. You can check the header. You can check the header. Just don't. Okay, this is contact the content header, right? Okay. So you want to check if your header have a particular header. This is my header, right? I have content type. So if I send this particular request for the header, it will be successful because I have content type. Imagine I'm checking for only type, or I'm checking for something that is not in the request in my header, right? And I send this request, I'm expecting this content type to fail. So you can check for header.
Anything, all things we are testing for, are we getting them from the snippets?
Basically, the things we need to test for, you get it from the snippets. So you
Okay,
now
cool.
have to not like you not have you will not like you are not going to do negative testing, or you are not going to understand what to edit or what not to edit.
But the negative testing is still coming from the snippets now.
No, your negative testing is not coming from the snippets. You are the one that's
No,
going
you don't
to
understand what I'm saying. Let's
negate.
take for instance the status code now, which if I'm expecting my status code to be 200 and I use like 300, something like that.
Yes. But you know your snippets is not going to give you 300.
Yeah, I'm testing it on my own. I don't know if you understand what I'm
Just
saying.
understand, yes, just understand the code, just understand the snippet and know how to work around it.
Okay.
Yes.
Ma, please, can you try and do example of that response body JSON value check? Thank you, ma.
Where did this start from? I think I added it, so I'm not seeing it.
Is it number 4?
Number 4.
Yes, ma. PM test. Yes, ma.
This is actually specific to value. This my value here. Juliet. So if
Yes,
I
ma.
want this to pass, since my value is 23, I will change this to 23. Dot equal my JSON value. And I change this. So, I really don't know. I feel like this should check for your is to check for your value. Is to check for this value in the header function.
Recording in progress.
Sorry, my net got tripped off. Have you been able to pass the value check?
No, I'm still currently on it. I feel like you should check for this value, this particular value here, this value. So I don't know. So equal to that is what you're supposed to check for. Or do I have my value as a string and I'm checking for? No, it's not a string. This is what you're supposed to check for. You're supposed to check for this value, the value in my body.
Ma, in that test name, we did not write anything there. For the other ones, we wrote that response time should be less than 800.
No. This can
Okay.
actually be anything. This
Okay.
cannot affect it. This can actually be anything. This is supposed to check for this value. So I really don't know why it's not working. It cannot affect it. It's not supposed to affect it. And I'm having my value as I'm not having it as a string. I will have seen maybe that's what is affecting. I really can't. I don't know why this is not working. But let's try this.
I did something now. In that
Okay.
value, I did not input anything there. I removed everything and I sent it and it passed.
Now I'm confused.
Me too.
No.
What she's saying now is she leaves the
Yes, I leave
that
it.
exactly empty
It,
and she send it
yes,
and it passed
and
through.
it's passed. Now I'm confused why it's passing. Okay. Let's try this first. Let me just try this out first. Okay. I think I figured it out. This should work. This should work. Mm. But you know, so this is, I've defined this property to the value. I really don't know, but I don't think the best practice is to leave it empty. I will figure it out and get back to us maybe on Discord. I don't know. It should not be empty. It's supposed to have a value. I'll figure it out and get back to us on Discord. I don't know why we are getting this. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so do we have any other question regarding this test? Do you have any other
Mike,
question?
not compulsory you put the value check now if this does not have a value bar.
Yes. Yes. Do you have any other question? Do you have any other question? Do we understand?
Mas, I just remember something, yeah. So for example,
Okay.
you're working on a negative case
Mhm.
and you have a test case like you want to include the not, like to not do not do this. Can you give an example using the script?
I don't understand your question.
Okay, so for example now, let me use status code, right? For example, you don't want to edit the 201, 200 okay. Is it possible for you to now say pm.response to not have status 200?
Yes.
Okay. And that can be my negative case.
Yes. Or you can negate the positive one. That was what me and I guess Charles, we tried to do something like that earlier. That we use dots to include, and the second one we use not include for this test. To dot to, we have not dot include. Do you get? Is this what you're asking, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So this can also be a negative test instead. All right. So do you have another question? For our next, I want us to practice more on scripting, right? Our next task is going to be on scripting. So this is like, let me tell you what to look out for. And our next class, I hoping we could use Newman to generate our results, but the only challenge I'll be having is most of us might not have it installed. If I actually get a video that can guide us to installing it before the class, just to make things faster, I'll actually send it so we can install it and we can generate our report using Newman and all. But if I can't, I feel like that's the only class we're having next for Postman is just next class. And I just want to round it up with that Newman. because we've actually worked on most of the basic things we can lay our hands upon. So I'll try to figure out how we are going to go about that. And I'm going to check with this one, this response value. I don't know. I'm going to check with it and get back to us. Possibly on Discord, though we'll start with from there from by next class. But I feel like it should not be empty. Should not. Yeah. So do you have another question before we call it a day? All right. All right, Charles.
Okay, I actually would like to ask if maybe, I don't know if we are done with post, because I personally don't remember how we do a post which contains a file. Like the way we post maybe like a product. Let's suppose we are creating a product, and we have to add an image of the product. How can we test that?
You have to add what?
Like a file, an image maybe. Since we are using JSON, I don't know how we can maybe add an image in case we are testing.
What fields do you want to include an image to?
Let's assume we are working maybe on an e-commerce, and we are creating a product, maybe like, let me say a mango, and by creating a mango, we have to add also an image of mango. How do you do that in a postman?
How to add image
Yeah, in a
using,
postman.
like, is there a particular field that you want to add the image to?
Yeah, for sure. Like that's an example I was giving you. Maybe we are creating a product for an e-commerce, and as we know, for the e-commerce website, they sell a product with an images so that you can refer to what product you are buying. Let's assume maybe you are buying a shoes, and you have to test if you are posting that request will contain a file of a shoes or an image of a shoes. So how can we do that? Like, how
It's
do you
not,
include the
I feel
files?
I feel like your API documentation should have a reference to that image. Do you get? Then you
Yes.
should make it like more like a key or a variable, more like a key. Like you should add it more like a key, or like we use we talk about key in one of our previous class, right? You can add it more, yeah, more like a variable, and we use it as a key. But your documentation should contain, if you are going to be including an image, right? The documentation of your API should contain a reference to an image you can use. So you should be able to use it as a key. I've not
Okay.
actually worked around it before, but I feel like that should work. Your documentation should contain an image you can actually reference. Then you will use it as a variable. Just make
Okay.
sure like your key is correct. You know, you are working with API. It's not as if you can just decide to add. If they do not add a particular field in your post, you cannot send a post request that is related to that field. If it's not added in your documentation, you'll be getting an error. So you are going to be
Okay.
working strictly based on your documentation,
Okay. I get
the
it.
API documentation, yes. So
Thank you.
you're welcome. All right, do you have another question? All right. So we are going to continue from here next class. And I just want us to round the API section up, as I've said, with us just generating reports using Newman. All right. Good night, everyone. See you next class.
Fine.
Good night.